It was time to separate, and they turned to the run game. David just power. Oh, my goodness. Can't stop him. And go right back to him. Why not? Nice move. Little spin cycle. And when you got nothing else to do, you might as well roll some dice with J-Mo. The Lions' 24-6 win in Indy wasn't flashy, but Aaron Glenn's defense was great again. They haven't given up a touchdown in 10 straight quarters. And on the strength of the run game and that shorthanded defense, the Lions extended their longest winning streak since 1934. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Johnny Gaz. Thank you for returning for another video. The Lions improved to 10-1. They've secured double-digit wins in consecutive seasons for the first time in the franchise's history. Let's look at the highlights from Week 12. And while doing so, I'll hand out grades for the report card for the Lions' victory in Indianapolis. Let's go. Before we get into the highlights of another Lions victory, make sure to hit that like button. It's the best free way to help out the channel. I'd love it if you consider subscribing. We're on the road to 3,000 thanks to you guys. And if you hit the notify bell, you won't miss any future videos. There is a membership option available. That's where I do my live game, play-by-play reactions, my tier list, my new ladder series. There's a ton of other fun stuff there for you. But I always have free content here all the time. Make sure to comment down below. What'd you think of this Week 12 matchup, Lions and Colts? What grades would you have given the offense, defense, special teams, and coaching? Let's get into these highlights. Let's get into our Week 12 report card. Let's look at these highlights. Lions versus Colts. Lions improved to 10-1. Let's go. This was another fun one, but this one was really a story about the Lions defense. Aaron Glenn and that defense really shined here in Week 12. The Colts had a good script. They opened this game up. Anthony Richardson looked pretty solid, to be honest with you. They had the Lions on their toes and took the lead here on this first drive. I mean, these quarterback draws, they were tough for the Lions to kind of wrap their head around here to start. And again, they were able to drive down the field and put up points early. But after this particular drive, again, I think the Lions really locked things up, and we'll see that throughout these highlights. So let's get into our report card. Obviously, on this drive, the Lions giving up a couple gash plays to Anthony Richardson. That will quell itself. But let's talk about this defense. I thought overall they were really, really good. I gave the defense an A- for this victory in Week 12 against the Colts. Defensive line, I think, really led the way. And again, it's kind of hard to talk about as they ride down the field, and we'll pick up this first three of the game. But they do end up locking up here. They don't give up the 7, and they actually end up frustrating Anthony Richardson early on. You could actually see that visibly. He has to end up throwing a couple balls away, and they end up settling for 3 points there. And you'll see that very short 27-yard field goal. Colts will go up 3-0 here early on in the first quarter. But again, defensively, I just thought the Lions were really good. That defensive line controlled the game without actually forcing a sack against Anthony Richardson. They didn't have a sack all day. But they did have 6 quarterback hits, and it really seemed like everybody was involved from top to bottom. You know, guys like Josh Pascal on the outside, obviously now paired up with Zadarius Smith, who flashed many, many times in this game. Here's one of the sacks against Jared Goff, and, you know, again, we'll talk about the defensive front for the Colts, which I thought they were also very good in this game, considering. But going back to the Lions' defense, again, I thought their defensive line was very good. The linebackers, they were without Alex Anzalone here, so that turns Jack Campbell into sort of the green dot guy, and there's perfect timing. Here's Jack Campbell with a tackle, of great stuff. I thought he was very good in this game. He got my overall game ball and game MVP. He led the team in tackles. On top of that, I thought Malcolm Rodriguez was very, very good. Here's Tim Patrick with an impactful catch, and he had several throughout this game. But again, going back to the defense, I thought they were very good. The linebackers were good. I gave them the grade of B+. The defensive line, I gave the grade of an A. Their secondary, and we're going to see several plays here we'll talk about, they got gashed because they were without Terry and Arnold. We know we had the injured Carlton Davis in this game, so they really were starting backup cornerbacks, Kendall Vildor being one, and then, of course, Carlton Davis was in and out of this game. But Vildor was beat several times, and it just shows the depth and really the lack of true depth behind their starting cornerbacks. Lions will punch it in here with Gibbs. This is his first touchdown of the day. He had a fantastic day. We'll talk about his final numbers here in just a moment. Lions now go up 7-3 here, early second quarter. And again, at this point, Anthony Richardson's able to do a few things in the first half. And you'll see them again sort of work the field. They were successful early, but weren't able to convert anything. This is one of the more big gash plays. There's the Kildor miss we talked about. That's the first big one. And there were a couple of those throughout the day. So again, I thought the Lions secondary, I gave them a C+. You know, it's strictly based on the fact that those backup cornerbacks were beat. Otherwise, I thought the safeties were good. You see Brian Branch there. They end up forcing another field goal. Colts will bring it to within one. Lions still up 7-6 now, midway through the second quarter. So overall, the defense, again, I thought very good. They get the grade of A-. Let's switch it over to the offense here as we see the Lions now start to take over. Jared Goff doing a pretty good job there, moving within the pocket, stepping up. There's another Tim Patrick catch. I thought he was really good, actually. So the wide receivers in general, I gave them the grade of B+. Tim Patrick had 4 catches for 55 yards. I thought J-Mo was good. There's a perfect example there. J-Mo was great over the middle several times in this game. And that's going to lead us right into David Montgomery's few highlights here. What a tough run this was. And they needed it, 3rd and 6. And they have no problem running the football on 3rd and 6. The O-line, you know, I thought it wasn't their best game ever, but I thought they were okay. I gave them a grade of B+ on the day. They gave up 3 sacks on Jared Goff. There's David Montgomery's first rushing touchdown of the game. This brings the Lions up 14-6 at this point, getting towards the end of the first half.
This is a tall task for these rookies to consistently beat this defensive line.
So Colts now get the ball back, and again, at this point, things start to unravel a little bit here. They're still able to move the ball. Michael Pittman had a decent day. That's actually a real good play. He was tough. He had several catches throughout the day. Again, sort of taking advantage of the cornerback situation of the Lions there. But going back to the offense again, I thought the offensive line, I gave them a B+. They had 137 rush yards overall, did the Lions on the day, so they were able to move the ball, but I didn't think they were as dominant, let's say, as they were against the Jags or the Titans. Swing pass to Gibbs here. Athletic, dynamic, easy first down there for Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's go back to the running backs. I thought both of them were very good. I gave them a grade of A. Sonic and Knuckles, again, continue to be super dynamic. I think the issue popped up here with David Montgomery as far as, not this particular play, but he had the shoulder injury. And they ended up keeping him out of the game midway through the third quarter here, which allowed Gibbs to take over. There's another Tim Patrick catch. Again, very good, TP. But running backs get an A for me. Jahmyr Gibbs finished with 21 carries for 90 yards. He had the 2 scores. David Montgomery, 8 carries for 37 and the 1 score. Both averaged over 4.3 yards per carry. So again, good day on the ground there for the Lions and their offensive line. Tight ends, Sam Laporta. Again, where are you, Sam Laporta? I think between him and Jared Goff, they were not able to link up. You saw Jared Goff miss him several times. I don't necessarily blame Sam Laporta. I just think it's more of a consistency thing. It's getting him back into the swing. He has missed some time here in 2024 and really hasn't been as dynamic as he was in his rookie season. And again, you saw Jared Goff and him just not able to link up. I think Sam had 3 catches for 19 yards, so really not significant numbers here on the day in Week 12. So I gave the tight ends overall the grade of B-. They're good in the blocking scheme. I think overall they really contribute heavily there, so you really can't discount that when you're looking at the overall grade. There's another good J-Mo play. Wide receivers doing work. Everyone in the offense, really everyone overall, just showing the grit that this team has. That label, that moniker works so well with this team, because if you don't come to play, they will bury you. And even in a day where their offense isn't as dynamic as it had been in previous weeks, in a day where Jared Goff doesn't throw any touchdown passes but doesn't make any big mistakes, they're still able to beat you because their defense is solid, because they're able to run the football, because they're able to link up with Amon-Ra St. Brown pretty much at will to get a first down when they need it at any time. I mean, the creativity of this offense, incredible. I think this might be the play where David Montgomery finally goes out. This was his last play right here, right there. Which you didn't really see it. It seemed insignificant at the time, but he takes himself out of the game, as you see, and he did not return. And the word is that he's okay. This is more precautionary. They just didn't really need to push it with him. And you see Jahmyr Gibbs just start to take over. This will be Gibbs' second touchdown of the day. Lions will go up 21-6 now late in the third quarter. Again, this run game, Jahmyr Gibbs, Not mega numbers by any means, but able to get it done on the road. Lions end up sweeping the AFC South here this season. Ooh, nice hit, but Anthony Richardson, he is tough. That's a tough run right there. He's a lot. He has a load to bring down. I think he's definitely the most athletic quarterback the Lions have played. Certainly doesn't make him the best quarterback by any means. He has trouble throwing the football. His accuracy, he struggled on the day. I don't think they helped him out much either. They dropped a touchdown pass, which they didn't show in this highlight package. So it could have been closer, but that's just typical of Colts football this season, and it happened here in Week 12. There's Brock Wright with a catch, so there's the tight ends contributing. So again, going back to the offense, I gave them overall a grade of B. I thought they were matched up well from the Colts' perspective. I thought the front seven of the Colts was good in comparison to some of the other teams the Lions have faced recently. So they struggled a bit, and they only put up 24 points, and you saw them struggle early on in the football game and at times, during this game. There's Rodrigo making a play. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but returned. That guy returned. Forcing pressure and a bad throw there. That was actually a big flag that I think that was a... Yeah, there was nothing nearby. And that's Carlton Davis. Unfortunately, we'll have to... I think he's day-to-day as well. That ended up not being a serious thing, but he, with the thumb, and now he's got the... Looks like a knee. So we'll have to monitor that. So overall, the offense, I get a B. Run game kind of saved the day for them here. Jahmyr Gibbs took over, so he was my offensive MVP. Jack Campbell was my defensive MVP. And again, the Lions just having this magical season. I don't want to overshadow it with stats and all these figures because ultimately I thought they were very good, and they continue to be good. Here's Jake Bates and his long field goal, 56. Good again. He has not missed yet on the season, so the special teams get an A for me on the strength of that. And, of course, Jack Fox, the punter, who was fantastic again, flipping the field over and over again. He's a true weapon for them. So special teams got an A for me. Coaching gets an A for me. I thought Ben Johnson was able to recover well after a slow start. And you can't say enough about Aaron Glenn and this defense. I mean, they only gave up 6 points. They haven't given up a touchdown for 10 quarters. They haven't given up points in the second half of multiple games in a row now. I mean, it's just incredible what they're doing, and this is without Aiden Hutchinson, without Alex Anzalone now. So it's just so impressive. I have so much fun watching this Lions football team, and these highlights are incredible. I mean, watching the full games is just such an experience now, and I appreciate so much being involved here with these Detroit Lions. What a fun game. Lions win 24-6, and they improved to 10-1 in the season. What a great game, what a great ride, and what a fun way for the Lions to win here on the strength of their defense. Let's run through that Week 12 report card. Lions secured the victory in Indianapolis. They moved to 10-1, their 9th win in a row, and double-digit wins now in consecutive seasons for the first time in their history. Again, I thought their offense was a little bit inconsistent. They started slow. I gave the offense the overall grade of B. Jared Goff was efficient enough, no mistakes. The running game, I thought, led the charge there. Jahmyr Gibbs with the 2 touchdowns. Offensive line did enough for the Lions to secure the win. They sweep the AFC South in doing so in 2024. Defensively is where I thought everything kind of came into play here in this game against the Colts. Aaron Glenn is doing a fantastic job with this defense without star player Aiden Hutchinson. They're without their best linebacker. They were without a top cornerback. Their other cornerbacks injured. So many things that they're able to recover from. They have not given up a touchdown for 10 straight quarters. They haven't surrendered a point for multiple games here in the second half. They're doing wonderful things on defense. Overall, in this matchup in Week 12, I gave them an A-. I just thought they were very good. They clamped down really after that first drive, and outside of giving up yardage in the 20s, they really don't give you anything. And that's a scary thought for these Lions as they quest towards the Super Bowl here in 2024. Their special teams also fantastic again. I gave them the grade of A. Jake Bates had the long field goal. Their punter, when needed, is always good. He flipped the field several times, had the long of 60, had another 58-yard field goal, a punt that flipped the field. He's just really a weapon for them in so many ways. Coaching, that's really where it shines here. It's all about the grit. And I know it's a cliche saying, but it's really what the Lions bring each and every week. If the other teams are not up to the challenge, the Lions will bury you. And so that's what they did here again. So coaching, again, gets a grade of A-. Offensively, I thought, again, B, Defensively, A-. My special teams, A. And coaching, A-. Another fantastic week for the Lions. They find another way to win. Again, they find this football game in their favor, 24-6. Lions move to 10-1. They are on top of the NFC. What a fantastic game. What did you guys think of the Week 12 highlights in this victory for the Lions in Indianapolis? What grades did you guys give offensively, defensively, their special teams, and coaching? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to hit the like button. It's the best free way to help out the channel. I'd also love it if you consider subscribing. We're on the road to 3,000 now, and if you hit the notify bell, you won't miss future videos. There's a little blue join button on all my videos. If you hit that, I'll walk you through how you can become a part of the family. More than anything else, make sure to take care of yourself and your mental health. That's so important, and I want to make sure you come back and see me on future videos. Have a fantastic Turkey week. I can't wait for this football game. We have Lions, Bears, Thanksgiving Day. What a week ahead. Go Lions.
Still amazing.